Really?
They one time told me I had a face for radio, but I'm holding it together.
That is not, Carrie, that is not true, is it? He is a...
No, not at all.
You're a handsome fella.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Carrie and I were talking behind your back and said...
Right
"Everybody
behind
here
your
is
back."
Young and attractive.
Yeah, we were very enthusiastic about all
Like
of you.
Yellowstone.
Right. Right.
Less
Exactly.
murder than Yellowstone,
Yeah, a lot
but I
less.
know what you mean.
But when the VP walked
you see
up,
the
he
commercial?
greeted you, Bob, and he greeted you, Brian, with a hearty handshake and just ignored me entirely.
He
Oh,
didn't.
boy.
He was not. But you looked busy. I have to cut him some slack here. He looked.
I looked busy?
You were looking
Look
down
at all these
some,
people that have been watching me all morning. When have I looked busy?
You were looking down at some papers, and he turned around
I've
and.
never looked busy.
But he came back, and.
I think that's because didn't you tap him and say
Brian did
something?
the.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brian did it. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
chivalry
I did the
does
throat
live.
clear.
Okay, so.
Well, I have a story about the 10 worst traits your boss can have.
Oh,
If anybody wants to play along. Nah, we'll,
I
we'll
said
get to that
I would
later.
have never forgave myself if I missed you.
We'll
Yeah.
get to that later, Joe.
Okay.
And I was just giving you.
Well, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you.
You have a very nice place here. Very comfortable, very clean, well lit. There's, you don't feel like there's a lot of factory smells or anything. It just smells like it smells.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of things the last few years here. So you can see the lines. We've painted all the floors recently. We've painted all of our uprights with lighter colors. Brought more light in. So again, it's a great work environment. And on the front side of the building too, we're currently in the remodel of the second half of the building. So really making it a nice place to work for all the employees and the people we're ultimately trying to get here.
So you must be doing okay to be able to reinvest in plant and equipment.
Well, right now, obviously, the economy's been pretty good coming out of COVID for us, and we've done a lot of things on the Wacker Neuson brand the last 2 years to really grow our penetration. We've been a global leader in compaction and utility for decades, been here in the Menominee Falls area for 70 years approximately, and we're continuing to penetrate on the compaction, or the CE products, which is our skid steers, excavators here in the U.S., and so we're investing in. Recently, we've launched an OEM agreement with a major manufacturer in construction and agriculture that we're going to supply excavators out of this facility. So over the next 10 years, we're going to have a lot of steady growth and opportunities for employees locally.
I understand,
Lord.
like restaurants.
Wow.
Restaurants having a downturn because of COVID. How did COVID affect, tracked vehicles?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously did. We had a slowdown in our dealership network, and in this facility, we had to make some
But
contractions.
snow still had to be cleared and
Yeah.
dirt moved.
Is
and
that a
everything.
utility vehicle versus, because your compaction, you just named them all, and then what's a
Sure.
utility vehicle?
So right here,
just
like
does
we
a
got our
job?
SM100 right here. That's a smaller product. We just launched that this last year. Our compaction product. This is the roller behind you. Construction was still going on, but obviously a lot of it did get shut down during COVID, and a big portion of our network still is in rental. So with the rental, people slowed down for a period of time, and they ran their equipment for longer. The good news is by running that equipment for longer, it needs to be replaced now. So there's a good outlook,
Cool.
short term and long term, for us to sell into the marketplace.
And you need people.
And we need people.
Need
Absolutely.
people here.
So we're having
tomorrow.
that job fair tomorrow. We're looking forward to hopefully a really good turnout locally.
How many people do you need?
Short term, we need about 50, but longer term,
Whoa.
the backup
That's a lot of
office,
people.
Yeah.
50 is a lot of people to be
It's a
to be
lot,
looking
and
for.
we're looking for a couple hundred over the next 3 years, really. So you're
okay.
going to see
You're
major
an-
expansion.
You're an energetic guy. I mean, that's just
Or
in your
it's coffee and acting.
whatever.
I
You guys got me those donuts earlier. I'm all hyped up on sugar.
Well,
Well, you're a young man.
so you're an energetic guy. Is that what you look for when you're looking for people? Somebody who's energetic, come in, positive attitude, all that stuff? I
Yeah.
mean, who doesn't, right?
Yeah, I mean, right now, obviously, we're looking for people who are motivated and energetic and want to show up to work every day and help contribute to building the best products in the world. So that's what we're doing here, and I think we have a good plan to grow that over the next few years.
Okay, so typically you get here and you begin your day at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, the
Something
guys,
like that?
the guys out here, the factory starts, before 5, so they're up with you guys.
Right.
But us
not
sales
everybody's
guys,
up at that time,
we're
right.
up a little later, so we come in around 7.
How much of
7:30.
that is spent here? How much of that's in your office? How much of that's on the phone, travel, all that stuff?
Yeah, I'd say I travel probably about 25% myself personally out in the field, but I'm all over this building. It's tough to catch me in my office most days. It's usually before 8 or after 5 in the office, but it's mostly with meetings and pushing these things through. And I think Justin was talking about some of the challenges with parts, and I know you joked before we got on about what's more important, but right now, a lot of our time is spent sourcing identifying, getting components here, making sure we have the right people, the right plan. So again, we're doing everything from production planning to the marketing side every day, and those are the things we're focusing on here.
Stuff comes from overseas. I mean, we talk about supply chain issues or something like that. I don't know. Do you have computer chips and stuff you have to wait for, or?
Yeah. So with our our engine partners, that's one of the supply chain issues with the engine or the chips, but that's improved a lot the last 6 to 12 months. We have manufacturing facilities in Austria and Germany, and we're getting components from there. They're seeing the same thing with some of the constraints. But what you've realized the last, really Q2, we started seeing it loosen, and now going into Q3, Q4, with our team planning, working closely with our vendors, working closely with our suppliers, you're seeing us get some loosening up of availability. But that said, with the high demand, we still do have a pretty long backlog into the future.
Out in the field, when you say you go out in the field, does that mean you go out and check on your equipment? You go out and talk to dealers?
Sure.
You
Yeah, we have a sales team out there that's representing our dealers. We have 2 different networks, but we have our independent network that reps a lot of our smaller equipment, and then we have our contracted dealers that are repping our larger equipment and our small equipment. So 200 to 300 of those contracted larger dealers that are full service, with service bays and everything for our customers, and then a lot of the smaller rental houses. If you go locally, we have several thousand distributors across the U.S. and Canada that are repping our products here in the North American market.
How long have you been doing this?
Myself in the industry about 18th year now. I've been at Wacker for 5.
Okay, and what were you doing in the industry before you were here?
Sales to marketing to product management, and that's what I'm still doing here. Sales, marketing.
only with a VP after your name this time, right?
Few more direct reports, but the same process.
What was your first job ever?
I was a sales rep. Yep, I was on the West Coast for a different manufacturer selling products.
Really? So that was her very first job?
No, high school. Your parents said, "Well, Joe,
my
you're going to
parents,
get
I'm a construction family, so we owned a lumber yard, and I was delivering lumber as a first job.
All right.
Wow.
All right. That's
So
what
this
we're looking for.
This is kind of in your blood. Then you just kind of followed what your parents taught you.
That's
But
right.
you're not from here?
I'm not originally
You're a West
Wisconsinite.
Coaster?
I grew up in North Dakota,
North Dakota.
so.
That's the Dakota that comes in second place of the Dakotas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, South always wins.
But
Josh
Duhamel's from there.
Good-looking fellas.
We probably don't want to go down that rabbit hole of arguing over.
Which Dakotas?
Yeah, which
awesome.
I think he's going to kick your ass, Bob.
got some preferences here on my side, but no, I'm a Wisconsin resident now. I've moved here, so yeah.
Your parents owned a lumber yard?
That's right. Yep. So it's
Are you like the Waltons?
No.
Did you run all of it through the mill and all that out there in North Dakota?
I did start watching
He's
like
Joe
I
Boy.
said, Yellowstone recently, like you mentioned earlier. But no, we didn't bring anyone out to this train station, so we were a little smaller scale.
Joe Boy.
So the lumber yard, North Dakota doesn't hit me. You didn't grow
very forested.
You imported it, right?
Oh yeah.
North Dakota
Would
typically
that be like Canadian
from the
trees?
Canadians,
That's why
yeah.
lumber yards do good. There's no trees
right,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And honestly, about North Dakota, I just love Mount Rushmore and Custer National Park. And
Yeah, you're talking
the
South
other
Dakota
Dakota.
again.
go ahead, tell us, promote North Dakota.
Oh, North Dakota.
He lives
If
here now.
If I'm planning my
I'm
vacation,
a Wisconsin resident now, and I'm promoting.
No.
The reason I moved here is for the opportunities at Wacker Neuson. So we're hoping that we get people out here tomorrow
Now that's
for a
VP
job fair,
talk.
and
that's why you're.
Packers,
I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for that.
Packers grabbed a guy from North Dakota State.
Yep, first
Really?
round pick.
Oh, that's right.
Receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, this is why you're vice president of this place. You steered the conversation exactly the way
Back where it had to go.
and you did that with people who talked for a living, and you
Well,
still got it back where you wanted.
I
All right. The
appreciate
job
it.
fair tomorrow starts at what time here?
Oh, geez.
9 a.m.
9
9 to 3, right?
9 a.m.
9 to 3.
And we were talking to Adam, I believe it was earlier, who said you could have a job
Walking out
here,
the door
Signed
tomorrow.
walking out the
offer.
door. Yeah.
Absolutely,
So
yep.
do you hope? I mean, I'm sure you're hoping for that. 'cause
Yeah,
you're
last
looking
time
for
we
it.
signed almost 20 people with job
Okay.
offers coming in the door. So again, people can show up with the shirt on their back or with a resume or whatever they feel comfortable with and come on in. And we're looking for people across the board. Everything from assembly to putting parts back away. So we're looking forward to getting people out here and
Would
talking
you
to them.
possibly interview with a couple of people, or is it just going to be a one?
Yeah, we're going to have a group of people there, so based on where we think you fit better, you might go to another level of individual based on
So
the
you
initial
come in and
interview
talk,
process.
and then you might be sent to someone else.
Yeah, but we go pretty quickly, so we're not going to
Okay.
keep you here all day if you show up. So we hope to see a large turnout tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, you show up here. I don't know. I've been here all day for this interview. I don't know what they're looking for. They keep going, are you sure that's your answer? Nothing
So
like
no,
that.
no sweating them under lights or anything. Okay.
All right. So you're off to vice president now?
I'm off to to vice president now, exactly.
Whatever that entails. All right, Joe, thanks for the time this morning.
Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate
We
you having me
appreciate
here.
it. Thanks for having us out today. 9:34.